like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. This will be taken very short. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
Just going to say.
That's where I go.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
On first down, Dobbins, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Throwing on first down, Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better.
Here's Jones off the play fake. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down now. It's Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Carson. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Go there. 50, plant. Check, walk 54, walk 54. Watch the pass. There go.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougald. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. On third down, Carson, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Now Jones. Off play action. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Jones going to throw again. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And this is Shepard on the catch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Gallman will run it.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Throwing Jones. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Jones now going to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Wilson. Short throw to Disley. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. There's Wilson to throw. He'll find Metcalf. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space on the offensive line, but
always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
On 1st down, Dobbins, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
60 outlaw. Bucks it. Brings up 2nd.
Off the play fake, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Over 30 yards there. And 1st downs on 3 consecutive plays now. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Jones. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. So it's 1st and goal. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
That's it, baby.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Defense.
looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be second down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. It's hauled in by Shepard. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. This throw caught right around the 6. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
15 line. 15 line. 54. You're not ready. You're not ready. Keep going.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. 10. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that makes it 14-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light there. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson, and he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Oh, yeah!
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They're going to hurry back to the line now. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off, and he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This is Goldman. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. From the 31, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Play action. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Now Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly they're still short for fourth.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain.
And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. Now Jones from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Check, crunch.
On second down now, it's Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a third and 11. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that one will be accepted. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jones now, operating from the gun. It's complete to Golden Tate. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? That's caught. It's Coleman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Come on, set. Head over.
On second down, Dobbins. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back. They like to run that play there and try and run over people.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Second and 4. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. And they give this time to the tailback. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 9, Jones looking for Shepard deep. He's got it at the 15. And down to the 11. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. This is taken at the 3. So Wilson and the Seahawks down 24-14. A minute 47 on the clock. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vince Beagle in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now it's Wilson, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return, it's Tate. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check pass, check 3, check 3.
Here's Gallman. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Giants, they...
Tell the